Hello, welcome to another replay thingy review. This time we're gonna be looking at my ladder game. 415 ladder rating versus Dauntee 384. We're gonna mainly look from my perspective because it is the game that I lost, and I wanna go over like how to not lose a game, hopefully, for the future reference and stuff. So for the beginning, map name is Loki. It has like two high grounds, two opposite sides. Both players start on the high grounds. There is like a lot of reclaim here. It doesn't show because it's all under like under 10, but reclaim is indeed here. There's like a lot of reclaim on this side. Or not, I'm not sure. The people usually say that there is like a lot of reclaim to one side. On this side that is more favorable because more reclaim here, bigger tree reclaim. So opening is the factory, double factory air opening, I believe. The first engineer goes for these two middle max extractors, and then goes immediately for expansion with some reclaim added on top. And the second engineer goes like for this reclaim, which I queue up. But this unfortunately does get, I believe, diminished. And then I have to do this all again. But that's fine. This engineer was not supposed to be sitting idle if I was like microing a bit better. This happened because I was queuing this. That's why this idle engineer happened. It was like immediately should go here, reclaim these trees by one, and capture these two maxes, and Hydra with supporting engineer, like that is this one, that is also standing. That was the original plan. So I do a bit go mass stalling, and this doesn't finish reclaiming. There's still a lot of reclaim here left, and because of that I'm kind of mass stalling. Well, I'm in equilibrium. I'm spending 11 mass while gaining 12. We're gonna see the overall mass income and energy income. So he went more on energy. I kind of saved up. I didn't go as many pigeons as he did. But we don't know that. We actually don't know anything about this player. I sent this engineer because I'm expecting raid like coming from somewhere here, because that's something what I'm doing as well. So I'm just mirroring like my offensive and defensive strategies on both sides. Like whatever I'm doing like to counter that on the opposite side. So I'm sending scout here to kill any wandering engineers, and I'm sending tank here to protect my engineer from dying over here. That is the original idea. I'm getting some reclaim. I'm assisting with this because I don't know how to. I don't want to go over these too many trees. And I'm kind of realizing that I'm getting over too much of reclaim, so I decided to go for an upgrade on max. I probably shouldn't do that. I probably should go for like oh, actually no, I built an air factory first. But I believe I do upgrade this one sooner than I should do. Maybe not. So I go for air factory instead then. Disregard what I said before. I'm sending some scout. This a little bit confuses me in the beginning because I thought it was actual enemy units, but then I remember there are like some cars. So I was a bit like, what? At the moment. I spawn a factory here so I can get some engineers and get these reclaim here and max extractors, and also have like a build up additional army so that I can fortify and hopefully fight for this position if it comes need to be. A lot of my army standing here on the silo rally point was not ideal. I should have been sending that like forward here or maybe even here. And now I'm kind of like sending my ACU to fortify this position. I want this to be my like second base, and I want this to be like my main base, but this like a second supporting base with this like grabbed as well. As a Seraphim, I should have keep in mind that Seraphim Zuis can walk over the water and I can go get a free harass here. That is not something I thought of at the time, and now I'm energy stalling because I'm building air units and I'm making I'm putting a lot of assist on mass power generators while I'm still getting hydro. I removed the engineer here instead of immediately here across because I thought I was behind and that he's gonna like go and try to capture this, but I wasn't really paying attention to my game. And this scout haven't spotted like any engineer coming here, and I'm like with scout I'm confirming that there's nothing here. So I sending scout, see if it taking this. I see engineer, I go for a kill with this. And I'm seeing there's like some build up, and at this point I kind of expecting like a turtle. I'm expecting a turtle, but his base looks basic, similar to mine. 2 factories, air factory to support, bomber harassing me as well as it should harass him, but kind of disregard my bomber. Or I think what happened, I built the air factory so late that I just kind of set up on the fact that also I should have sent interceptors to kill the bomber, but instead I built this. This is kind of bad decision on me. Interceptors could deal that much more efficiently and much more cleanly. So this is sitting idle. This is not getting reclaimed. This structure, this rock is not getting reclaimed, and I'm seeing some units here. So I was like, okay, so this position must not be that fortified. But I forgot that my scout passed over this and that I don't see it. So I'm sending another scout here to see like what is actually happening. And I see is like some mini base fortification, 2 factories and some regions. I also see a bomber. I do believe I sent some interceptors to catch that. And I also see this engineer. So this is like my primary focus right now. Trying to deal with this engineer that is coming here. I'll get to that like a bit later, or maybe now. I'm not sure that I responded to that, but yeah, I'm grabbing all of this. I'm building another factory here. This was a bit of a mistake on me. I shouldn't really build a factory here. I already have like a factory in producing years, and all of this and all of these like units getting like gonna be starting to rallying over here as well. So I have no need. I could have just sent this engineer to capture all of this and reclaim this, and that will be like a big boost. That will have more than half of the map. At this point I already have like more than half of the map, sort of. I definitely do have more than him, but I'm not scouting that much. I'm building more factories. I'm upgrading my mechs. It was like happening 1 minute ago. I'm seeing some bombers. Like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I should have used my interceptors very much, but I forgot. I forgot that I have them. So at this point, not much is happening. I think I do decide to. Oh yeah, this was like I see that this was builded, but I haven't responded. Like, since my minimap is always in this corner, I just kind of didn't see it. In the event unnoticed for me for a really long time. This I never responded to this because at the time I was microing something else. I was thinking I was microing this. I sent like a small army and then I pulled back, and this was like where most of my attention went to, because there was like a lot more resistance to this push than I anticipated. So this ACU gets all of these kills for free, unfortunately for me. And at this point I feel like anyone who would know better, I kind of lost this game. At this point, yes, I can salvage it, but this is not how I should have played. This has been delayed for too long. This bomber killed an engineer here that never finished the hydro. So I sent like a bunch of here to just like get over with and finish this. And I sent some Zuis across the water because that's how the rally instructs them to go. Also, I'm sending all my rally points to this because I was expecting like here will be like a main battle, and this is where like I win or lose the game. But actually, in the retrospect, the push was happening here. He did what was the actually meta, or I don't know, some unorthodox meta, where you put your ACU here and then you build your base like even bigger here, and this is all kind of ignored, the rest of them. So I sent some units to deal with shenanigans here. I should at least build like a radar. I should have at least one engineer build a radar. The scout goes over it, but it spots its ACU, but I just don't react to it. My attention was probably somewhere else.
Commander under attack.
And now I'm kind of like, okay, this is easy. I can kill this easily. The move clip kind of screws up my movement. I know this was his ACU, but I didn't know that this is his gun ACU. And at this point I'm kind of panicking because I'm focusing on killing this on top. And I'm focusing on surviving with my ACU. This ACU will kill this very quickly. It's gonna get rid of this, and it's like I see like a lot of backup army from here. So I'm like, oh shit, I'm screwed. And this is like a bad news for me. There's like a lot of units here that I not in battle. There's like a lot of units here that I'm not getting to my position. And this guy is just getting 3 shots of me. And I also blocked my ACU for like a substantially long time. And I see like, oh, this is like way bigger reinforcements than I expected. This is like where radar will come handy, and like knowing what I'm up against. Because I am winning this battle on top. I'm winning this like cleanly. But like I'm losing where it matters. I'm losing where I should not be losing. I have some like upgraded mexes, but I don't have T2, I don't have anything. So my plan is move it to the water. He can't shoot on the water. And he can definitely fight all my units. Also, I decide to rally all of my units like to here, so I can have a support. And this was bad. I should have kept my ACU moving a lot more. I never expected him to chase this much, but he did. And he does kill me. But what I really should have done is just go behind these buildings. I should have go here. I should have stand behind these buildings and just go for it. I see now that he doesn't have many units, but like his AC is already in range of me, and I need to do like this turn so I can go for the water. And I thought like I had enough HP, but he was dealing just way too much damage too fast. I even get saved like prematurely for a moment because there was like some high hill disadvantage for him. I have enough to fight this off, and I have enough to fight this unit's composition, and I definitely have enough to kill whatever it's here. But like mismanagement of my ACU, not putting ACU where it should have been, like behind these buildings, so he can just like get free shots. This like rally movement was good by me, I believe, but it was like way too late, and these units were sitting a lot idle. This was a successful push, and I could have just like moved it even like further, this T2 engineer was building a PD, but I could easily like deal with that. But this was all come in play after I actually successfully like defended my ACU. As with not many other games, like ACU is a primal priority. Like when ACU is getting hit, you need to get him to safety or do whatever with him, but you need to react to your ACU being like shot, whether you want it or not. And that means leaving everything else behind. So unfortunately, this all had like to be left behind, so I can like respond to this. So yeah, this was like a blunder from me on this map. We did play another game. I played again against this player again. I won, and I honestly I didn't win as cleanly as I should, but that's what happened. And factory here was kind of pointless. If I'm gonna build one, then I should build more. I should not just build one and like leave it be. Maybe for the reclaim would be nice, but I can build factories easily here to reinforce this position. Yeah, anyway. Also, yeah, Zui's very useful. Could send over here to raid this, but I didn't. Kind of bummer on my part. So yeah, that was the game. That was the kind of unfortunate experience that I had. Stuff happens like this, whether you're like against good or bad players. It will happen to you as well. You're gonna miss like a obvious inefficiencies and blunders that you do. This could have been like an easily won game for me if I just played my cards correctly, but I didn't, and stuff like this does happen. He was already on T2, I think, and he already had like a T2 power, but I don't think he even needs this T2 power. He could just like spam this like out of blue, and he was actually building a second one. That's, you don't really go like two of the T2 powers. But yeah, that was the game. Mistakes on my part. Stuff like this happens. Learn from my mistakes if you're not gonna learn from yours. That is from me, and have fun. Have good games. Bye.